This podcast is a new project of the Ecumenical Forum of European Christian Women. It is mainly realized by young women. The first episodes were recorded during the conference about peace of the European Project of Interreligious Learning in October 2023 in Vienna. Hello, welcome to this interview, to this podcast with Sabiha Husić.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Sabiha Husić. I live and work in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm director of a women's organization Medica Zenica, but I'm a doctor of gender study, psychotherapist. I'm also interreligion peace builders. And of course, what I want to say, I'm mother to great children.
Very nice, thank you. What brought you to the field of gender studies?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say that I finished Faculty of Islamic Study. But 1993, when I started to work in Medica Zenica with survivors of war, rape, and sexual violence, but also with survivors who survived different kind of war, I struggled for their rights. But in that time, I recognized a lot injustice. And then I decided to improve my knowledge and then to finish my PhD about gender study, that I can easily deal with this topic, especially when we speak about inequality. We recognize that women suffer a lot, and then it was so important for me to get more knowledge and experiences of that topic.
We are also interested in what Medica Zenica is, how it was formed. Can you please explain that?
Medica Zenica is first women's organization, was established in 1993 during the war in Bosnia and Herzegovina. In that time, feminist activist Monica Hauser came in Zenica, and she motivated us Bosnian women to take some concrete actions to help and support survivors of war, rape, and sexual violence, as well as survivors of different kind of traumatic experiences. Step by step, we developed Medica Zenica as a specialized organization or center for therapy for women and children. We developed different hour services for vulnerable categories, such as Safe House, Psychological Counseling Center, a Legal Counseling Center, Occupational Therapy, work with children in our Children's Corner, and also we developed economical support for women and girls. In the same time, we realized that we need to help and support also women who live in different rural areas, and then we developed some program for them. And then we realized also that we need to work with our governmental institutions, that we together try to help and support survivors of war, rape, and sexual violence, victims of domestic violence, as well as victims of trafficking in human beings. It means that after 3 decades, our work in Medica Zenica, Medica Zenica is the oldest women's organization with a lot of achievements. I can say that Medica Zenica supported more than 30,000 women and children in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we gave more than 1 million different services for our citizens in Bosnia and Herzegovina. First of all, I want to say, when I speak about achievements, for me it was very important that we encouraged and motivate women and girls who survived war, rape, and sexual violence to start to speak up about their horrible experiences. And also we gave huge contribution that in our law, survivors of war, rape and sexual violence was recognized as a special category of the war. It was first time in history that we have some concrete law that recognize survivors of war, rape and sexual violence. And also it was very important that we contribute through our activities that also perpetrators were punished for this criminal act. And there are a lot positive stories about, for example, survivors of war, rape, how I struggled that parents accept their, for example, daughters, but also their children who born after their mothers survived war, rape.
What are the challenges that you as an organization face?
Today, I want to say that we recognize some challenges. First of all, we recognize after 3 decades of our work, when we speak about, in general, about gender-based violence, about war, rape, sexual violence, domestic violence, that survivors are so stigmatized, that they very often feel shame and guilty. And then how I see when our community, when our citizens stigmatize survivors, and survivors unfortunately also try to develop self-stigmatization. They try to find they're guilty, and they think that it's better that they die than they continue with their life and so on. It means now we need to deal with stigmatization when we speak about this topic, and also we recognize transgeneration trauma transmit in our society, and then in cooperation and collaboration with our schools. First of all, I want to emphasize elementary school and universities. We try to speak about this topic, that younger generations understand what is trauma, how trauma can transmit for next generation, that they have information what happened in the past, not to hate people from different parts of Bosnia and Herzegovina, different religions or different ethnic backgrounds and so on, but that they can contribute for peace in our countries. I truly believe that younger generations in our country, in my country, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, can contribute for peace.
Thank you very much. We would like to thank you for taking your time and accepting our invitation, and we wish you a very pleasant rest of the evening.